if you're looking to pursue your living in your legacy, if you want to go beyond just success, the only way to do it is become an emotional master. I mean, like I said, Patrick's written his book. That was, part of his goal of, it can only happen when we connect to that. So how do we do it? Well, hire someone like me, of course. Yeah, you need someone who's an expert in emotional mastery to reconnect. But I want to give you a couple tips just so you can get started on your own, and just so you can prove to yourself how much better your life is going to be in a short period of time. All right, by gaining the emotional mastery, you're going to see your success process and your ability to live in your legacy skyrockets when you gain emotional mastery. So the first thing that I do with every client is I say, go to Google and print off a feelings list and keep it with you for a minute. You should do it for 30 days, but a minimum of a week. In that first week, just make check marks. Check in as often as possible. I recommend a minimum of 5 times a day. Just pull the sheet out and look at all the different feelings and put a check mark. What are you feeling? Happy, sad, scared, frustrated, angry, bored, empty, numb? What is it? Just make a check mark. Don't process it. Just check marks. The first 7 days. Now, after 7 days, look at it. You're going to see there are consistent feelings that you're experiencing over and over, and those are what are robbing you of living in your legacy. Now, the next step in it is once you've narrowed down, okay, these are the problem feelings that are showing up. You ask yourself this question. When was the first time I felt this feeling? It could be yesterday. It could be when I was 2 years old. Don't filter it. There's not a right or wrong answer. The right answer is whatever memory comes up first. All right? What you're going to see, what's robbing you of living in your legacy is there's a traumatic moment that hasn't been addressed. It got suppressed, pushed down, negated, minimized, justified, just, because our society just goes, well, it's in the past, it doesn't matter. I've dealt with it, it's over, and we haven't. You have to process those emotional moments, and none of us have been taught how. We don't have the emotional mastery to process it. So I'm teaching you a little bit of the emotional mastery so you can learn how to do it, because this is what's keeping you, just like Patrick. Patrick couldn't process his emotions, so that's why he was successful, but not fully successful until he gained emotional mastery. But you can't live in your legacy unless you have emotional mastery. And so as you start to recognize, okay, these are the main feelings. When was the first time I felt this? And let's say it was 2 years ago. You're also, if you stay on it, you're going to start seeing there's a cascade of experiences, traumatic life experiences that all tie into that feeling. And so now you're aware of these are the painful moments from my life that I've never cleaned up, I've never dealt with, I've always ignored, suppressed, minimized, and denied and said it's not a big deal. And this is what's keeping me, 1, from emotional mastery, and 2, from living my legacy.